Under a shroud of midnight clouds, in a quiet city neighborhood, there sat a cozy old house, a house where the hush of the world lingered softly in the hallways and where stray beams of blue neon seeped through the curtains. This is where Charlie lived, gentle Charlie, who loved mysteries, warm socks, and the silent hum of the streetlights far below her window. On this particular evening, her little bedroom was aglow with the softest lamplight, shadows spilled on her patchwork quilt in cool blue shapes, while the wind whispered at her window. Charlie lay curled beneath her quilt, book open, listening to the rain pattering against the glass. Just as her eyes grew heavy, a peculiar sight caught her. The familiar blue nightlight by the door had flickered, then vanished, swallowed by a narrow band of deeper shadow. Without it, the room felt a shade colder, a hint more secretive. It was nothing to fear, she thought, only something curious. Charlie loved that light. It guarded her sleep and gently glowed like a tiny star at the edge of dreams. For a moment, the silence deepened. The ordinary noises, the hum of the street, the soft sigh of pipes, faded into the hush of something waiting. Settling her slippers on her feet, Charlie tiptoed toward the blue door at the back of her bedroom. In the mirror, she caught a glimpse of her own thoughtful eyes, wide, reflecting the dim glow and the promise of adventure. She pressed her ear to the old door. Faintly beyond the wood, she heard a gentle tapping, like raindrops on glass, or was it distant footsteps on stone? Charlie's heart fluttered, not with fear, but quiet excitement. What secret might be waiting in the world beyond her bedroom? She reached for the old brass doorknob, cold and smooth. The blue door creaked open. With a deep breath, she stepped into the narrow hallway, her slippers making hardly a sound on the worn, creaky floorboards. On the far end, just beneath an arched window, a wisp of blue light flickered, weaving like a firefly caught in a gentle breeze. She followed the light down the silent hallway, curiosity growing stronger than any worries. The walls were adorned with faded photographs, faces paused in forgotten laughter, rooms trapped in sepia sunlight. Shadows stretched and bent behind Charlie as she reached the stairs. Each minute's step creaked with a familiar groan, like a secret language spoken just for her. With each landing, the blue light hovered farther ahead, pausing as if waiting for her to catch up. On the first floor, the world seemed transformed. The living room, usually warm with amber lamplight and piles of soft blankets, now stretched out in long, mysterious shadows. Streetlight filtered in gridded patterns through Venetian blinds, painting the carpet with cool stripes of midnight. In the pocket of blue light near the window, Charlie glimpsed something small flitting by, a delicate moth with wings like sliced moonstone fluttering in slow, deliberate arcs. Charlie's search led her past the silent, velvet-shadowed sofa and the old upright piano, keys gleaming faintly in the gloom. The blue light twirled just beyond reach, leading her into the kitchen where the linoleum floor was cold beneath her slippers. On the table, a bowl of fruit shimmered in faint silver, the fridge hummed softly, a low, constant lullaby. There, in the blue glow, a puzzle awaited. The kettle's whistle cord was tangled in a knot, and a line of tiny, patient ants had formed a perfect parade across the counter, carrying away a forgotten sugar cube. Charlie knelt gently by the counter and watched the ants. Instead of shooing or scolding, she took a piece of wax paper, laid it across their path, and carefully untangled the kettle's cord. She whispered, "Good luck to their little caravan," then straightened with a satisfied nod. At that, the blue light seemed to pause, as if bowing in thanks, and shimmered toward the back of the kitchen, toward the slightly open door to the rain-slicked garden beyond. The world outside was transformed into a mysterious dreamscape. Rain had left glossy puddles on the worn flagstone path, reflecting the overcast sky and wavering blue glow. The garden was no longer the playful daytime patch, but a labyrinth of arching shadows, crouched hedges, and dripping, glistening leaves. Somewhere in the dark, wind chimes tinkled a delicate tune. The blue light beckoned Charlie further, and she followed, heart thumping with cautious wonder. Halfway down the twisting garden path, a chorus of tiny frogs serenaded from hidden puddles, their croaks echoing under the weight of dripping branches. The air was thick with the fresh scent of rain and earth. At the center of the garden, just beneath the largest willow, the blue light rested, pulsing gently. Here, another gentle puzzle awaited, a lost velvet slipper, deep blue and soaked through, perched on a bed of clover. Charlie recognized it, a favorite, missing for many nights. Charlie knelt softly, retrieved the slipper, and wrung it out gently, feeling the cool silken fabric. She noticed something beside it, a tiny, glimmering stone wrapped in a spider's web like a precious gem. She thanked the garden softly for helping her find her lost shoe, and, cradling the velvet in the shining pebble, looked to the blue light. It pulsed brighter, as if pleased, and glided up through the willow's branches on invisible wings. Suddenly, the chimes trembled more swiftly, and from the far side of the garden, an old, familiar face emerged. Mrs. Hollis, the kindly neighbor with a raincoat and a golden lantern. She peered into the garden, her lamplight scattering the shadows. "Are you all right, Charlie?" she whispered, her voice soft as the rain. Charlie smiled and showed her the found slipper and stone. Mrs. Hollis nodded approvingly, her wrinkled eyes kind. "Sometimes, what is lost finds us in the most mysterious ways," she said, her voice weaving comfort through the dark. They stood in the garden a moment longer, Charlie, her slipper, and the glistening stone, Mrs. Hollis with her lantern. The blue light danced gently in the branches above, making the rain look like tumbling jewels. Charlie felt safe, her small discoveries wrapped in the warmth of kindness. The gentle puzzle of the night had opened a new corner of wonder in her heart. With a grateful wave, she tiptoed back toward the house. As she made her way through the house, every shadow felt a touch softer. Every blue patch of darkness seemed tinged with secret light. Charlie placed her slipper and the sparkling pebble on her bedside shelf, where the blue nightlight, mysteriously restored, began to glow again. Its beam seemed steadier, casting dreamlike shapes on the wall and reassuring her with its gentle presence. The world outside melted back into the hush of midnight. Charlie slipped beneath her quilt once more, feeling the easy weight of her adventure settling in her chest. She thought of moths, parades of ants, and rain-soaked slippers. Listening to the now gentle rain snickering at the pane, she felt not just sleepy, but quietly awake to the hidden magic of the world. The blue nightlight glimmered beside her, a tiny sunrise in the dark, reminding her that everything lost can be found, and every night holds a soft, mysterious wonder for those willing to dream.